Good morning, friends, fellows and channel members. Oh, a morning stream. How long has it been since we've done one of these? And I like these. There's no time constraints. We've got no pressure. We've got a nice flight headed down to Lisbon today. The sun is shining here in Bordeaux. It's not where I am, though, in the real world. My word. I've just come out of my office to go and get a cup of tea before I started. And it's pitch black outside. We're under like a massive band of rain. Yeah, even though all the curtains and everything are open, the lights are still on because it's awful. Anyone in the UK, I'm sure, will have a similar picture if they look outside their window. However, we can ignore all that because here in Sim Life we are at Bordeaux, where the sun is indeed shining. I think the weather in Lisbon, which is where we're headed, is also a little bit iffy, to use the technical term. It's got the potential for some rain and showers as we're coming in, so that could be quite exciting as we get down. So let's see who have we got coming on board this morning. Hey Danny, Lolboy, Civil Pilot, Beast Boy, good to see you guys. Mark, Dark Fury. Dark, you do realise you parked at a parking stand which is actually closed, don't you, mate? Always read those notams, Dark. Barry Partson, good morning, Barry, hope you're well. Planes and stuff, hello. Yeah, planes and stuff, first time I've seen you in quite a while. Hope you're well, my friend, thanks for hopping on board. Jason Special, Red Match is Redman Tech, sorry, is there as well. Panos, good morning. Gonzalo, hello. And kind of on Twitch, Burasima is also on Twitch. Wingflex and Otto as well. Anyone watching on YouTube, the operational flight plan is pinned to the top of the chat. So you can go ahead and download that if you want to scrutinise things. Well, let's get going, shall we? Flight down there to Lisbon should take around 1 hour 40, I think, in total. So we'll get on board with our flight. Ventum Simulations on Twitch. Thank you for the early follow. FSX Freak looking for a realistic checklist. Right, okay, what you need to do, FSX Freaks, if you can get onto our Discord server, then jump on there, and in the pilot's briefing room there is an incredibly realistic checklist. Not only a checklist, but a full standard operating procedures guide as well. Han Solo, thanks for the follow as well. Gonzalo, yeah, ILS 20 currently in use, so that's the one we're planning. Chris Hogg, good morning to you. Let's see if... let's see what the weather's like when we get down there. I think we're also departing today runway 23 here in Bordeaux, which I don't think I've ever done before either. So that'll be nice. Danny says, Dark's just making sure to see if I read all the notams. Well, there you go. Nitrogen, hey, good morning, thank you for the follow. Mrs. Dark Fury is also on there. Oh, well, Mrs. Dark Fury, will you shout at your husband for not reading the notams? Let's get on board. I've just got Dark into trouble. Oh god, I forgot, it's morning, it's cold and dark. Oh, how do we set this up? I don't do cold and dark setups anymore. I always fly in an afternoon, so there we go. Let's see if we can go through this lot. Simple Pilot has got an actual standard ops because knew one of the pilots. Well, Simple Pilot, you'll be able to follow it through. Make sure we do everything correctly then this morning. A little quick scan just to make sure that nothing looks daft or out of the ordinary. Everything up there looks fine. We'll do the full flows in a moment. But yeah, looks like we are we're all good. We'll start using GSX to get all the passengers and things on board pretty soon. Right, so before the preliminary aircraft flow then, which we need to check, so we need to make sure that our weather radars turn off, engine mode selectors are normal, that's fine, engine masters 1 and 2 are off, landing gear is down, and the wipers, they're off, that's fine. Okay, let's go and power up. We've got external power available to us. So then, let's number 1. Number 2, obviously make sure your voltage is fine. Yeah, they're below 25.5 volts, so that's good. Now we'll connect the external power and we'll do the APU fire test. We need to hear the 3 clicks though before we do that. So we'll just give that a second. Whilst I'm waiting for that, let's just have a look at my flight now. We've got the tablet open as well. Pushing back in 31 minutes. I think we might be struggling for that, to be honest with you. So, whilst I'm just waiting for the aircraft to do its thing, let's grab the weather here in Bordeaux. What we got? 140, 11 knots, cavalcade 18, QNH 1010. Nothing really concerning there with the weather, is there? Petrus Pani, thank you for the follow. There's our clicks, thank you. Where's my screens? Oh, they're turned down, aren't they? Of course, it's cold and dark. Oh, yeah. It's been such a long time since we did a full cold and dark setup. Yeah, I probably want to turn those screens up. Let's try that again. We'll turn off the first officer screens, even though we're not using him today. There we are. Right, let's try that again, shall we? There we go. So, APU 1's good, we'll get that sorted in a minute. Fine, right, they're all aligning. Let's go through the full overhead flow so that can come off. Ground power is on. CRV test. There we go, that's done, that's fine. Get the nav lights on, that no smoking on, emergency lights on, turn the packs off. Why is APU bleed on? That can come off, APU's not even on yet. Leave those off for now. Let's do the engine 1 fire test. Check down there, yep. And engine 2. Yep, yep. Okay. Well, that's fine. Yeah, we'll leave those where they are as well. I don't want to cook the passengers, do we? Right, let's get the APU started. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's all done. Let's get us onto Unicom in a second. We'll just set 122.8 on the standby. VHF2 should be 121.5. That's fine. Switching panels, all fine. Squawking standby 2000. Acupressure is good. Okay, 1010. Anti-skids on. Okay, up to the FCU 1010. Constraints. Our initial climb today should be flight level 70, and we've got all the panels turned up. Okay, let's have a quick look at the box. Just go to our ATSU, AOC, and oh, don't need the ATC request, want to flight initialize. There we go. Lee says excited for the morning stream. Oh, Lee, thank you so much. Hope you're well this morning. 1 hour 41 minutes. Right, let's have a look. I've already gone through the operational flight plan, but let's just bring this in for you guys to have a look at. I am going to start GSX doing its boarding because it does take a while.
Boarding requested.
Right, so here we go. We've got flight level 370, cost index of 4, 12.8 tons of cargo. Oh, we're flying straight into the jet stream this morning. Headwind of 80. So that's keeping us, that's slowing us down, isn't it? Return journey been much faster. Plug fuel 72. Quick look through all of these. We'll see what have we got. No more to worry about. Look at the weather. So here in Bordeaux it's fine. Lisbon, however, there is the chance of some real rubbish weather coming in. Porto doesn't look great either. I mean, from a planning point of view, the minimums are fine, they're acceptable. But even so, let's just go onto the weather briefing page. So this is all we've got to worry about, really. For the most part, it should be fine. Broken 2000, winds 190 at 10, but there's a chance for it just to temporarily sort of become at any point during the day, really. Visibility dropping due to rain, some low scattered clouds, 400 feet, 800 feet, a few towering cumulus as well. So take those into consideration. And then if we're going to have a look at the Sigma chart, where is it? Scroll down. Oh yeah, doesn't that look nasty? So look at that, we're flying straight into the jet stream today, so that's going to be slowing us down. About halfway through the journey, we enter the horrible weather. So isolated embedded cumulonimbus clouds up to 40,000 feet. So nice and high. We avoid this patch of icing over here though. So yeah, we may have to avoid some build-ups if that's the case. So another reason just to take a little bit of extra fuel. So let's go ahead and take. I mean, there's no real reason why we shouldn't be able to get in. Let's be honest. It's Lisbon. It's a massive long runway. It's fully ILS certified and capable for low visibility, auto lands, etc. So
pilots boarding starting.
Let's take 7.6 tons all in all. I think that's enough. No, we'll take 7.7. I want to avoid taking 8 tons. I think that's a bit overkill. But yeah, we'll take 7.7 overall. So let's go and select that. Gonzalo says not for runway 20. Are you sure? Yeah, it is. Yeah. Goes right down to ILS 3B, so zero visibility. We can get in runway 20 if needed. Do you really think I didn't check that before we went on this flight? So that's done. Yeah, let's go to the ground services page. Not ground services, sorry, mass and balance. Oh, why is it not? Oh, that's annoying. Okay, might just need to resend that and re-import it from SimBrief. FSLTL Freaks, what's standard cost index? At the moment, 4 is very common, but 6 and 8 are also used. Right, let's see if that's worked. Ah, there we go. So we're going to take 7.7 as requested. There we are. Right, let's get that loaded in. I think we're about ready to start loading, aren't we? Let me just get the APU bleed on. Oh, there's a lovely little Ryanair's just, I don't know if he's arrived or if he's
crew has boarded.
Departing. Get the packs on in a moment. Cabin crew refueling is underway and the bags start to get loaded, so let's open the doors and allow our passengers on board. Thank you. No problem. Refueling is underway, ILM in a couple of minutes, so we shall I'll go and set the box up then. Paul, can the Phoenix fly like the fly-by-wire without the setup of the McDo? It can, Paul, but you're probably going to get a few alarms, depending on what you haven't, what you've left out. Right, so data, IRS, we know that's still aligning, that's fine. Aircraft status, CFM engines, air cycle, okay. Any request. Get the packs on now for them. Just Davis, good morning. Planes and stuff, there's no such thing as a dumb question. Not in this channel. Call sign's quite day today. 5-6 Lima Golf.
Passengers boarding.
I like that one. Cost index is 4, ground temperature 17, tropo is 39899. Grab the winds. Paul, you usually just start on the runway without any setup you like to get going. You can do that in the Phoenix, but remember to remove the cones and the chocks and things, otherwise you're going nowhere. Jay Goggy, is this the beta release of the Phoenix? No, it's not. Right, now we've got the wind data, we'll put the cruise flight level in. 370. What is the temperature? Minus 59. Good, good. Let's check the coordinates. We're Bravo 1 right today. So 44.498, yep, and 42.4 west, yep. Perfect. Let's get the departure sorted. So we're departing runway 23 is in use in real life at the moment. That's going to be Vavix 5 Papa. And then ILS 20. Not often we use this runway, and that's in Bomb 6 Bravo. That should come in via Upcat. Oh, okay. Double check that. Papa Tiger 411, Upcat. Actually, Upcat links with the ILS approach, so it's probably no veer. Check that out in a second. 564 miles. I've got 565 miles on the flight plan. So let's just scroll through, check all these out. So we fly over the north of Spain, and yeah, we've got M-bomb.
Passengers bus is
Upcat. Perfect. Yeah. Nice. So happy with all of that. Let's have a look at the RadNav page. What have we got here in Bordeaux? Have we even got any? Whoops. Have we even got any VORs around Bordeaux? If we have, they might be on the on this page here. Yeah, I thought there was. I don't understand why they don't show VORs on. It's a real bugbear of mine. Why they don't show all of the navigation points, waypoints, etc., VORs and things on all of the charts. So we've got Bravo Mike Charlie, which we'll tune to. What's our engine out procedure here? It goes to Dirac, that's a waypoint, so yeah, that's fine, we'll leave that. Let's turn those on. Now I'm done also checking the
refueling
map.
truck is on
Back
its
to
way.
ARC mode and 20.
Please don't load aircraft until the fuel truck arrives and asks to do it.
Have we got our flight plan yet, Mr. Dispatcher? Let's see. Yes. Oh.
Passengers boarding starting.
Right, so zero fuel weight is 56.8. And CFG is 31.5. Right, the alternate today is Faro. No, it isn't. Porto. Oh, I need to wake up. Porto this morning is the alternate. Let's call that 1.8 tons of fuel to get there. Oh, we're taking 7.7. Let's see what the aircraft says. DC, good. Good morning. Gonzalo says it's nice to see us coming to his city. Runway 20 has a big displaced threshold. That's something to bring into our brief a little bit later on, isn't it? Simfly UK, good morning to you. 7.1, we're taking 7.7, so that's good. Throw that in there. We've got an extra 70 minutes of flight time. Thinking time. That's all good. 29.7 is the planned CFG. Right, let's go and have a look at the performance. DC Good says, FSI panel is amazing. I have had so much fun with that over the last couple of days while I've been playing with it. Brilliant for just setting yourselves up anywhere you want, practicing any sort of approach. You can do full approaches, you can do all sorts. It really is great. So we're going to do flaps 1, no, off. Takeoff weight is... Oh, I didn't get that. What's the planned takeoff weight? 64.3. think we may have just prematurely closed the doors. 64.3, and that CFG is 29.7. Let me just go back and open the doors, because I think poor self-loading cargo, yeah, there's 48 passengers still trying to get on. They won't be very pleased if we leave them behind. Open that back up again. Right, let's continue with this. Just check this is all saved. Yes, it has. Sync live weather. Full length departure today. There's no intersections for us, so we'll just go full
Fuel truck is in
length.
position.
Uh, 143, 143, 146. There we go. Flaps 1 and 68. Beautiful. Dan says, yeah, thanks for the vid about FSI panel. You hadn't heard of it before, so it was on the spot buy for him. I don't think it's very well known, you know, FSI panel. It's been around since 2014. But by his own admission, the guy that programs it, really nice guy, doesn't do a lot of social media on that side of things, so I think it just needed a bit of assistance in getting it out to the wider public, so hopefully the video will have done that. And I think it was very worthwhile too, because honestly, I have used it no end. Particularly, we know that a lot of people are having issues trying to land the Fenix at the moment for whatever various reasons. But being able to do that over and over and over again is really good. Doesn't mean I've improved with the landings, but it means you can set yourself up. I've also just bought new rudder pedals as well, so getting used to those, practicing crosswind landings, it's been a godsend. It really has. Right, let's have a look at SimSmart. Just check these values. So thrust acceleration. Oh, it's noise abatement 1 here. Right, 1151, 3151. I'll change there. And what's the engine out? Yeah, this is purely just so we don't annoy the residents, because there's no terrain around us today. So that's fine. Engine out is 1151. Okay, let's set up the engine out procedure, which is standard here, as I've just said it would be. There's no terrain around us. So let's go to our secondary flight plan, copy the active. So it's going to be straight out, left turn to Dirac. Just check the chart, see what the actual departure is. So yeah, after 423. There we go. So we'll just go Bravo Delta 423, heading 225, and let's just pop that 15 miles away, which is plenty, and then to Dirac, 20 miles away, perfect. Enter the hold. What's the information for that? 325 left turns. And then we'll come back in to Bordeaux. And that would be ILS runway 23. No start. Looks like though, could we use Dirac as one of our? Yes. Okay, let's just check out what that looks like. Oh, I love it. That is a great engine out procedure. Out, left turn, enter the hold, come back in, set up for the ILS approach. Wonderful. We're all set now in case an engine goes bang on departure. Nice, there we go. HD, good morning. Right, I believe HD is going to be flying with us today. in his own aircraft, of course. HD might even be able to give you the return flight into 2 sectors. Sadly, I won't be able to do that. But yeah, so you're going to have the choice this morning. Well, I think we're just all about set up. We're now just going to do the full brief. I just want to see, have we got any ATC online? No, we've not. That's fine. Okay then guys, time for the departure brief. So let's start with the weather, which you can now see on screen. So winds 140 till 11. Let me just update that, see if it has changed at all. No, not really. So yeah, wind is 140 at 10. Cav okay, and temperature's 19. QNH 1010. We've got that all set up, so no concerns with the weather. Runway conditions should be fine. It's not been raining at all this morning, so nice and dry. Weather en route, we'll probably expect some build-ups about halfway through the journey as we get towards Portugal. Keep an eye on that. And weather at our destination, there's just a chance of passing rain clouds, dropping visibility down, but nothing that would seriously prevent us from getting in. Aircraft is type A320, it's the Fenix A320, fully serviceable with the exception of the weather radar, sadly. Performance is as expected. No NOTAMs for our departure, except that stand over there, Bravo 4, that Dark Fury has parked himself at, is actually closed. Slap on the wrist there, Dark. Threats to be aware of, very few here at Bordeaux. No air traffic control, and we've got some traffic, so that's probably our biggest threat. But in terms of terrain or anything like that, there's really nothing around Bordeaux. Bordeaux's really nice and straightforward. We can see there, MSA is 2,100 feet for the duration of most of the departure. So yeah, really nice and straightforward. Not going to need anti-ice on or anything like that with regards to the takeoff today and the departure. So yeah, all is good. Only thing I will bring into the brief is that unfamiliar for me, or not unfamiliar, but we just don't do it very often. It's a noise abatement 1 departure, so just expect that when we're on the takeoff climb out. Let's talk about taxis. Where are we? We are at Stan, Bravo 1, Romeo. So we're going to push back and then we'll be facing northeast. We'll taxi down then via Whiskey, and if we then we can taxi all the way down via Whiskey. We'll then join Echo 1 and then we'll be on to Papa and Alpha. Hold at Alpha for the runway 23 departure. Full length takeoff. No single engine taxi. There's not really enough to hold us up here, I don't think. So we'll get both engines started on pushback. Departure straight forward. Nice and straight out. Noise abatement 1 departure, as I say. Initial climb is flight level 70. Check we've got that set. Yes, we do. And the first turn will be to the left, and transition altitude is 5,000 feet. Emergency brief then, standard Airbus emergency brief, and engine out procedure is standard here as well, so straight out, standard, and then once we've secured the engine past 1,700 feet, we can make left turn to direct, enter the hole, decide what we're going to do. Our takeoff weight is planned today to be 64.3 tons, so we are already below the maximum landing weight at takeoff, so something else that we don't need to worry about either. Alright, good. And I think all the passengers are nearly on board as well. Let's just see what's happening there. Oh no, we've still got a few to go. Refueling's finished though. So, get those on. Get rid of external power. That's done. Seatbelt signs on. It is Pick on Dark Week, yeah. Are you in the Air France as well, Dark? Is that where you're flying today? Dark Fury has overdone the livery for us as well, so nothing major. So what you can talk us through it, Dark. What have we got different? I think you've just done a few touch-ups on the paint jobs, have we? I don't know. Either way, this aircraft just looks amazing. What's the cabin like? Have you done something with the cabin? So. We've not got Easyjet logos on the headrests then. Oh, these look a lot clearer. And they're not mirrored either this time. They're speaking about the cabin, I heard air traffic control the other day from an Aer Lingus flight in, I think it was Washington, that had a one of the rear ovens or microwaves or something set on fire anyway. They were fine, they got down safe, extinguished the fire in flight. Yeah, that was interesting to listen to. Let me just close that door again, or otherwise I will forget. Luke asks, noob question. Don't worry about that, Luke. Are those iPads on the real airlines, or are they just a game aid? No, they're real, Luke. Particularly most airlines and airliners now, the pilots have got iPads and tablets, things like that, all with the software on that they need so they can bring the charts up. Because in the olden days, I don't know if they've even got room for them in these cabins anymore, but in the olden days, you used to have absolutely piles and piles of books and documentation, all the charts for the airports that you could potentially fly at in your area of the world. All that weight, all that extra added weight. Paper weighs a lot. So suddenly you can get rid of all that, and you can get another couple of passengers on board. Well, maybe not quite, but you see what I mean. It saves a lot of fuel over the years. So all I'm waiting for now is the stragglers. Last three passengers. They were done. Hey, yo, Captain. Thank you for the follow on Twitch. Barry says he heard that as well. It was Shamrock 11 pop up with the fire. Yeah, that sounds about right, Barry. I knew it was Shamrock. Aer Lingus, I just couldn't remember. I certainly couldn't remember the call sign, Barry. Kudos if you could. Crazy Penguin, what a great name. Thank you for the follow. Are we done, cabin crew? I think we might be. Fantastic. Are we on time? We're not going to be on time, we're going to be a few minutes late.
Hi Gavin, all the passengers are on board and we're ready to go. I'll bring you a cup of tea after we've taken off.
That's great, thank you.
Alright then, let's just do a couple of final checks and then we'll run the checklists and get out of here.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck this morning, let me welcome you on board this Easyjet aircraft as you settle in for what we hope is going to be a most enjoyable flight. The weather today doesn't look to be posing much of a problem, so we should have a nice smooth ride for you throughout the duration of the flight. And as the cabin crew continue making their last preparations, if you can please assist them by getting yourselves sat down, your seatbelts fastened, and make yourselves nice and comfortable. The ground crew have now finished loading the aircraft, and we're just about finished with all our pre-flight checks, so it won't be long until we are pushing back. If you could please give the cabin crew your full attention as they go through the safety briefing, we'd very much appreciate it. So on behalf of myself and the First Officer, we'd like to say thank you for choosing Easyjet today, and we look forward to giving you a safe flight.
No, Kia, it was eyesight. Right, that's all done and we're happy. So let's do our cockpit preparation checklist. Just before I do that, let's start GSX getting its pushback and ground crew into position. If the menu decides to load, that is. Should we just shut that down and try that again? Oh, GSX doesn't want to play. Alright, well I do have a backup. We've got pushback helper if we need it. Anyway, cockpit preparation checklist. Aircraft acceptance is completed. Fuel quantity is 7660 kilograms and balanced seatbelt signs are on. Adheres, nav and barrel ref is 1010. QNH, and we've got about 170 feet. Double check, we've got no ATC. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with GSX. It's not wanting to play. I'll just see if we can restart the Coatal engine. How do you pronounce that? Coatal, maybe? That engine. Nah, doesn't want to play ball. Alright, well, never mind. Get rid of that. I'm going to have to use my backup, which is pushback helper. I know you can do it on the tablet as well, I just prefer pushback helper, it's just straightforward. Right, let's flick over to Unicom, have a quick look behind us. Hey, hang on a minute, why has my comm frequencies changed? I put Unicom on standby, didn't I, right at the start of the aircraft setup? 1215, that's fine. Oh, unless I did that. Ah, I see. I didn't remember the standby frequency for VHF1. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, 122.8. Bordeaux traffic, Alpine 56, Lima Golf, stand, Bravo 1 right, pushing back, facing northeast on Whiskey.
You're late.
Yeah, I'm 2 minutes late.
Cabin crew, what about ready for flags? We found the door there and cross check thing.
I'm gonna break. I'm gonna.
56 Lima Golf, can you hold your pushback? I am. Yeah.
Oh, so he is. Yeah, Alpine 56 Lima Golf. Go on, then we'll wait till you push back from your closed stand.
Bordeaux traffic, Alpine 713 Golf is taxiing to runway 23 via somewhere Sierra, Papa, Hotel Alpha.
How the hell has he got set up and pushing back before me? I don't think you've done all your briefings. Where is he? Oh, he's down there. And, oh good lord. See, this is what happens, Dark, when you push back from an illegal stand. Wonderful. All right. Oh, crazy. Crazy. Let's get our tug connected up. Nozzle steering's disconnected. Acupressure's in the green. Before start checklist, parking brake is on. Our takeoff data is confirmed. Windows are closed. EFB's in flight mode. Phones are off. Doors are closed and armed, and our beacon light is on. Now, where is he? No, he's still there. I'm going to wait for my... yeah, here he comes.
Bordeaux traffic, Air France 875, taxi via out apron Bravo, exit 2 onto Papa and Hotel Alpha, total shot 23.
Barry, I honestly can't remember where this series is from, but who the creators are, but it's through Warbex. And up on 56 Lima Golf. Push it back now. Stand Bravo 1 right.
It's about time.
Alright, engine mode selected to ignition, starting engine 1. I mean, the company traffic, HD, you can just taxi around me, can't you? Use the outer taxiway. RLS, yeah, Dark in the Harrier A320. Dark was just holding everyone up. He was even holding the Jet 2 holidays up. There's a lovely convoy heading down to Lisbon. Planes and Stuff says I need to do some flights back in New Zealand. Yeah, it's a great area, isn't it, scenery-wise?
Ladies and gentlemen, we now ask for your attention while we take you through the safety procedures on this aircraft. A safety card is in your seat pocket, showing the exit routes, oxygen masks, life jackets, and brace position that you must adopt if you hear brace, brace. There are 2 emergency exits at the rear, 4 in the middle, and 2 at the front of the cabin. Floor lighting will guide you to an exit. Please be aware that your nearest exit may be behind.
Starting engine 2.
In an emergency, leave all cabin baggage on board. Your seatbelt is fastened, adjusted, and released as shown. It must be fastened when the seatbelt signs are on, and we recommend that you keep it fastened at all times. If the air supply fails, masks will drop from above you. Pull a mask towards you to start the oxygen. Put the mask over your nose and mouth. Hold in place with the strap. Pull on each side to adjust. Put on your own mask before helping others. If we land on water, take the life jacket from under your seat. Put it over your head. Pass the tapes around your waist. Click together and pull the strap to adjust. Do not inflate it inside the aircraft. When outside, inflate by pulling the toggle. If it fails to inflate or needs topping up, blow into the tube. There is a light and whistle for attracting attention. We also carry flotation aids for children. Your tray table must now be stowed, armrest down, window blinds open, and seatbelt fastened. We wish
Bordeaux
you
traffic,
a pleasant
aircraft
flight
station
with Easyjet.
5523.
Okay, pushback is complete and our parking brake is set, and we've got a good engine start as well, so we can get rid of the tug. Peter ATCO, good morning to you. Oh mate, thank you once again as always for your very, very kind support of the channel and your super chat. Today is apparently ATC Appreciation Day, the 100th year of air traffic control. Is that right? That is amazing. It would make sense though, wouldn't it? It's not exactly been around for decades and
Bordeaux
decades.
traffic, Alpine 713 Golf is lining up after the Air France. Give you a couple minutes separation.
Right, after start flow, so ignition can come off, don't need that, don't need any anti-ice today. And spoilers, rudder, flaps 1, set the trim. And the after start checklist, anti-ice is off, ECAM status checked, pitch trims 29.5, rudder is neutral. Do a flight control check while we're here, no rush getting to the end of the runway, there's lots of aircraft to depart in front of us and they're all going to the same place, so full left, full right, neutral, full up, full down, neutral and rudders, full right, full left and neutral. Bordeaux traffic, Alpine 56 Lima Golf, taxi now via Whiskey Echo 1 Papa, holding Alpha for runway 23.
Bordeaux traffic, Air France A320, departing 23, Public 5, Papa departure.
On. Right, let's go. What's the predictive wind shear? Fly DFZ. Predictive wind shear is this little thing down here. Now, obviously, it doesn't work yet because we don't have a working weather radar in the Phoenix. that's something a Zobo needs to address. But yeah, turn that on. That will obviously come off as we've just done there with the taxi flow. So quick peds check then. We are no change to our performance. It's QNH 1010, it's flex 68. Engine out procedure standard 1700 feet. Then left turn, hold at Dirac. Departure is Vavix 5 Papa. Noise abatement 1. I'm going to keep that in my head. Noise abatement 1 and a left turn is our first turn. And our initial climb's flight level 70. Miguel, good morning to you. I'm not there yet. We will be. Not there yet.
Translation 5, passing flight level 2500.
I must say, since I have got separate rudder pedals, I do find taxiing now a lot easier in the Fenix, as the rudder and the tiller are not connected.
Bordeaux traffic, Alpine 713 Golf is departing runway 23 on one of the departures to the south, no idea.
Oh yeah, he hasn't briefed a thing. That'd be the Vavix 5 Papa, by the way. Genius. It's got to make us all feel a lot better about ourselves, right?
GSX 253 Romeo line up and holding 23.
High flight, it might be France VFR, yes, yes. I'll have to see if I can find out once we're in cruise. But it does look very nice, doesn't it? There's a lot of really nice add-on airports for France. It's just a shame they don't get as much, or they don't seem to get as much VATSIM ATC as the rest of Europe for some reason. Peter says that is just horrible. It's hurting his ears. Yeah, and you're still not well, are you, Pete? How are you getting on? Are you feeling any better? Fly DFZ, I'm using FSLTS for the model matching, yeah. Brynner 2107 says they are all on IVAO. Is that right? I don't fly in IVAO, so I wouldn't know. I think it's a strange choice. Is that double windsock? I think it's a strange choice of departure. And I always thought runway 05 was the preferred runway here in Bordeaux. I'm sure they have a reason they're using runway 23, but there you go. Oh, Peter, glad to hear that you are feeling much better.
GSX 253 Romeo departing 23 at Bordeaux for the Valley 5P departure.
Jason says he can still see passengers and baggage left at HD's gate. Right, off he goes. We'll just start the timer. We want a couple of minutes separation. And Bordeaux traffic, Alpine 516 Golf. Just holding short runway 23 for 90 seconds or so for departure separation. Gonzalo says the other Easyjet was so quick he was wondering if he was flying VFR. I bet it's the fastest setup HD's ever done in his life.
Bordeaux traffic runner 3087, standard street, H1010, pushing back facing west on Whiskey.
Barry says runway 23 is preferred in Bordeaux. 05 takes more over the city. Is that right? I can't ever remember doing runway 23. Whenever I've been here, it's always been runway 5 in use with the RNAV approach. Although it does make sense because runway 23's got the ILS. 05 has only got the RMP approach. Simple Pilot 62, the Phoenix doesn't have passenger announcements. No, they all come from a separate add-on called self-loading cargo. Peter says it's called Control E. I don't think that works, does it, in the Phoenix? I haven't tried it. Okay, separation, that's 9 seconds. We'll get ourselves lined up and get ready to go. And Alpine 56 Lima Golf at Bordeaux, lining up runway 23 for departure on the Vavix 5 Popper. Probably the same one as my company. Okay, so they're all done. And let's come down. TCAS is on. Brake fans are off, anti-ice is off, yada yada yada, packs. Oh, Barry, you fly here quite a lot for work, do you? Ah, fair enough, you would know. Who's put a runway light there? Remember that these lines here are to guide you when you are vacating the runway. You don't have to stick to those when you are lining up. Oh, what was I saying about it being easier to taxi? There we go. Okay, all looks good. We've got plenty of time for separation. Bordeaux traffic up on 56 Lima Golf, rolling runway 23. Take off. Start the chrono. 50% M1 set. Engine stable, set takeoff thrust. And flex SRS runway. Checked. Use quite a bit of right rudder to keep the NV1 rotate.
Positive ring, gear up.
Nav. SRS. Oh, it's a bit bumpy, isn't it? Set climb thrust. Thrust climb. A little bit of manual flying for a little bit. Pack 2 on as well. Bucky 27, so those callouts are from self-loading cargo. to acceleration altitude in a second. There it is. So I'm just going to lower the nose, and then we'll pop autopilot 1. Engage, thrust climb. Climb, we're accelerating away.
Order. Ryanair 3087, taxi in on point runway 23.
And that's S-speed, so flaps 0. Spoilers, gear up confirmed. And we can turn the lights off now, don't really need those on now. Beautiful bright day. No ATC, so we're just going to continue our climb. Let's set something sensible. Let's set flight level 250. Set standard pressure 250 blue. Goodbye, France. Eastbirds, Lee, good morning, sir. Hope you're well. If you've enjoyed the stream so far, guys, please do hit a like on the stream. Makes a big difference to the channel. Also helps other people to find the channel as well, so do appreciate that. Thank you. With regards to packs on-off for departure, most of the time it's company standard operating procedures. So Easyjet, they turn them off for departure. It saves a little bit of wear and tear on the engines and fuel. Not too much, but the main reason is because of engine performance. So the air is not being tapped off from the engines to provide air to the pressurization and the cabin air conditioning, etc. So the engines are working at maximum performance for the takeoff. So that's the real reason. Oh, look at that contrail up there. How good does that look? Let's tell the cabin crew they can begin doing what they need to do.
Ladies and gentlemen, please keep your seatbelt fastened while the seatbelt sign is on. We recommend that you keep your seatbelt fastened whenever you are seated. Toilets are located at each end of the cabin. Remember that smoking is not permitted at any time.
FSX Freak
e-cigarettes.
asks, what does silent in the checklist mean? It means just that. It means it's not a call and response part of the checklist. It's just something you work through and you do, and you check it silently. You don't need to act with the first officer or the captain, etc. You just go through it and do it without a call and response being required. Right, 10,000 feet, airport on the EFIS, go to our performance, cost index is 0, clear the RadNav page out, yeah, that's done. Secondary flight plan, let's copy the active, boom, and we're done. Let's just check our performance page as well and see if, progress page, and flight level 370 is going to be fine for us today, so let's go ahead and set that flight level 3. So there we go, flight level 370 blue. I think we get seatbelt signs off as well, I think.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has now turned off the seatbelt sign and you are now free to move around the cabin. We do recommend, however, when in your seat, that you keep your seatbelt fastened at all times in case of unexpected turbulence. The toilets are now available. Please contact a member of the cabin crew if you require assistance. Thank you.
I do love this view now, particularly now the heat blur's gone. Cyber FYD, thank you for the follow, and Francisco Ferreira on YouTube. Welcome to the channel. ML1 says if I could land in Madrid and pick him up on the way, that would be nice. Sadly, I don't have time for that, Mo, even though you're late for departure. Viking27, self-loading cargo is very simple, very good. It doesn't get updated anymore, so it's old technology, but it still does a good job. Paul Newman, good evening. Hi Paul, what a perfect time stream for you. And anybody else in Australia and New Zealand. That's why I like to try and get one morning stream in here in the UK a week at least. Yeah, if anyone wants to get really technical, go and ask HD. HD is streaming as well, but he's also going to be streaming the return journey, I think. I'm only doing the first flight out there. I'd like to know, HD, how the hell you got out before I did. Gonzalo, yes, I am from the UK, yeah. RLS says the kettle is on, what would everyone like? I have got my nice cup of tea here, which I'm keeping away from the pedestal. Super Maracas on Twitch, good morning. Oh god, I've just seen how many points Peter's got. Let's have a look at our flight route this morning. And pick out places to dump. Let's import that and get that in. Oh, there we go. Oh, look at that. It's not the most direct routing in the world, is it? I thought we were going to be a little bit closer to Bilbao than that, but we're not. Biker says Manchester Athens is a nice flight with Easyjet, using it often when you need to go to Liverpool to watch the football. Manchester to Athens was one of my go-to flights when I first started on VATSIM, just because it had just because it was long enough for me to set up, fly, and then sort of like leave it on the second screen whilst I was doing work. This was obviously long before the days of streaming. Ammo once says, I always thought the YouTube videos were nice, but man, the community here is like the nicest you've ever encountered. Besides VMCG. You know, besides, you don't mean despite, right, Ammo? Yeah, well, HD's just another level. Let's get the train radar off. Don't need that. Why does this song sound like Jingle Bells? It's a bit early for that. Probably get a nice view of the coastline all the way around France and into Spain now. Ammo says, sorry, my English is kaput. We knew what you meant, Ammo. You meant especially VMCG HD. Diego Silva says Lisbon is his city. What's the weather doing down there at the moment? Hopefully all is well.
In just a few moments, we'll commence our in-flight service, offering you the chance to purchase a selection of hot beverages, together with drinks and snacks from the bar. We accept payment in pounds, euros, most major currencies, and debit or credit cards. The correct change would be greatly appreciated, and if we could be of any further assistance, then just ask us as we join you in the cabin shortly.
Oh, this cup of tea is going down a treat. Peter's... oh, Peter, that's Bordeaux's Metar. We don't need that. I'm not going back there now. So I wonder at what point we're going to get all the clouds coming in. What temperature have we got? Oh, we might just get away without anti-ice. These are the kinds of clouds, though, these sort of high-level cirrus clouds, that really knacker the frame rates. Don't know why. RLS says driving over the Lisbon, the Golden Gate style bridge was one of the scariest things he's ever done. You can see the water below through the road, which was like a cattle grid. That does sound scary. I wouldn't be able to get my mother-in-law across that bridge. Although it would be fun to try. God, I'm glad she doesn't watch this channel. Paul, I am currently using FSLTL, that is correct, yeah. So any sort of traffic you see, VATSIM traffic of course, the models are provided by FSLTL. Gansalo, I think RSL knew it wasn't the Golden Gate Bridge. We all know that in San Francisco, but the Golden Gate style bridge, he said. He obviously didn't know the name for it. 25th of April Bridge, what a strange name for a bridge. Dark asks, how can you send message to aircraft? I don't think you can. That is something Phoenix were looking to bring in. But, oh hang on, I need to sign out of that one. But I don't think you can do... I don't think you can message other aircraft. I'm pretty certain you can't. You can notify another aircraft that you're there, I think, but that's it. Just going to keep an eye. What's the temperature doing? Is that minus 46? Oh yeah, no, we're good. We don't need any anti-ice. Paul, what settings do I use FSLTL? I don't use them, Paul. I don't use the traffic injector, just because I'm always flying on VATSIM, and obviously you don't want live traffic and VATSIM conflicting with each other. Amber One says the beaches down there are so nice, long and big. Sometimes the waves are good for surfing too, but you prefer the Portuguese waves. I mean, I'm just looking at that down there. That is a never-ending beach. You wouldn't get this in the UK because there's cliffs and things. RLS says he let his mother-in-law have a seat in the cockpit of the fly-by-wire at 30,000 feet in VR. That is a really great idea. Barky27 on Twitter says AIG has more liveries than FSLTL, but it's just a headache. The headache you had with the AIG was enough to uninstall it and let FSLTL go. Yeah, I agree. FSLTL, it's there, it works, it's fast, it's so fast. And it's so simple, and everything's done for you. Model matching files are working, they're there, it's brilliant. Gonzalo, that's right. No runway, because of runway 20 today, we're not going to see the bridge. Might see it in the distance, perhaps, but even with the weather that's forecast, probably not. How are we doing with the climb? Oh, we're nearly at cruise, so that's neat. Unless I go around Gonzalo. If I'm going around Gonzalo, I'm not going to be looking for a bridge. I'm going to be concentrating on too many other things. Felix, good evening to you, sir. It's good morning here, but good evening to you, Felix. Hope you've had a good Thursday. Talvin says it's really cool that we're going to Lisbon. I'm ever going to use VR, your Swiss and Portuguese. I'm not sure VR would work for a stream, to be honest with you, Talvin. That's the only reason. I do like the idea of it because, well, just the quality that we've got now is amazing, isn't it? I have tried it. And I think the thing that blew my mind with it was, this is how naive I was when it came to VR. So I put on the VR headset, and I expected that yes, you were going to have you were going to be able to move your head, look around, everything like that, and you could lean forward, lean backwards, that kind of stuff. But the thing that really blew my mind, and I wasn't expecting, and I don't know why I wasn't expecting this, because it makes sense, but the thing that really blew my mind was the fact that everything was 3D. So the switches and everything on the overhead, so just like the light switches and things, they were in 3D, so it felt like you could actually reach out and touch them. So, and I wasn't expecting that. So it really just made you think, wow. So good. I just need a full setup now where you can put the headset on and then the gloves, so you can actually reach out and flick them on and off. I mean, that'd be brilliant, wouldn't it? Peter says he tried it and got motion sick. Oh dear. Emma one says the ham and cheese sandwich in the loyalty store is mouth drool. He needs breakfast. Chris, will I be doing a Christmas flight this year? What, up to go and see Santa? Yes, I think so. We have to do that for a special Christmas stream, don't we? Talbot says, yeah, he's got the Quest 2, really enjoyed it with the PC. Well, that was the other thing, though. The only other thing that I noticed with it, and again, this might have been the PC setup that I was using, because it wasn't mine, was that everything was a little bit blurry. It wasn't, you know, sharp, detailed, focused. I had to really lean in so I could read the numbers and things, which I don't want to have to do that. I want to sit here comfortably and read everything. 1,000 feet to go.
Thank you. I hope you enjoy your trip.
Is someone making use of the cabin service? Theodore Brun says, hi Captain, do you think because you have really bad FPS and you have close to the same specs as me but you have 8GB of RAM? Yes, that's going to be an issue. 8GB of RAM is the absolute minimum you can use to fly this fly Microsoft Flight Simulator, so it sounds like it might need an upgrade. Oh, and you have the 1650, so I used to have the 1660. I'm now on a 3060 because I've upgraded again. But initially, when for the first sort of year or 18 months or so that the channel was out, it was a 1660, which was fine. It really was. And I also had a hard drive as well, which really didn't help things. Mac alt start. Caserta, I use self-loading cargo for the passenger announcements. And Alt Cruise.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck once again, just to let you know, we've reached our cruising altitude for today, and we are not anticipating any major delays or bad weather ahead, so we should be arriving on time as planned. The cabin crew will now start to make their way around the aircraft, so please make sure that the aisles are clear of any items you may have, and I invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight. A reminder that our Easyjet SIM pilot members are able to take advantage of free drinks throughout the duration of the flight. Thank you, and we shall have
Well, that's it now, guys. We're sat pretty. Very pretty, in fact. Look at that. Shame there's a bit of cloud layer covering it. This is the quietest seat on the aircraft. Maybe we'll just sit here for a little while. Need to do some after top of climb flows and checks and things. So we're just going to go scroll through the ecam pages, make sure nothing daft's happening. We'll do a fuel check as well when we get to Papa November in a second. So fuel use there is good. Leads show everything's normal. Pressurization system's fine. Electrical system's fine. Hydraulics good. Fuel, let's just check. So now 7.7 we took, didn't we? Yeah, so that's fine. APU's off. God, that's bumpy. Pack conditions fine, doors are good, brake temperatures are fine, flight controls are all working, and the system page is normal. Fantastic. So, with regards to some en route weathers, we'll have a look at Bilbao, we'll have a look at Madrid. Could also see what's happening at our destination, couldn't we? See what's happening in Porto as well. They came through nice and quickly. So Bilbao, we've got light rain. 1408, that's fine. Madrid, 18015, that's fine. No rain, good visibility. Currently at our destination then in Lisbon, visibility 7,000, light drizzle, few clouds 400, broken 600. So that's going to be interesting. When do LVPs come into force at Lisbon? We'll bring the charts up and have a look at them. Porto's got light showers of rain as well. Might as well go through and pin all the charts, hadn't we? In fact, it's easier. I do find it easier just to scroll through them on here. Then I'll pin them on the tablet just for quick reference. So, low visibilities. Let's see. Noise abatement, run up tests. Here we go. So, low visibility procedures will be in use when? We're using runway 20, when visibility is below 504. Cloud base height for runway 20 is 200 or below, or visibility conditions decrease rapidly. Right, so 200 is going to be the magic number. I don't think it's going to get down that low, to be honest. So, yeah, I don't see any problems there. For taxi routines, prefer 10.9. I'm getting in my head of myself here, but I'm just familiarising myself because I always come in normally runway 02 or 03 as it was until recently, and then you would vacate at Hotel 4 and then come back and taxi down here. There's the old runway. And we will be parking at Terminal 2 just here. So we've got a much shorter taxi this time round. So vacate at probably look to vacate Hotel 1 or Hotel 3. And then... I think the last time I did this, it was just straight through Lima to Zulu and then onto the stand. Sim again, is any secrets for running the sim smoothly during a live stream? I would say the solid state drive, the SSD, was the best thing I ever did. Hey Fly86, thank you for the follow. Yeah, that high level cloud though is what really hits frame rates. Oh, is that ATC or is that another aircraft? Okay, what's HD's call sign, guys? It's not... Someone needs to let me know what HD's call sign is, because I've not seen it. I can't go any faster. Cost index of 4. Look at the wind though. Look at a headwind of 92. Yeah, Dark, is it 713 Golf? Hang on, let me show you this. I've just got a nice message through VATSIM. There you go. I bet his cost index 50ing it all the way down, isn't he? What time are we going to get in? Oh, hang on, how late were we pushing back? We were 4 minutes late. Well, given that we got the departure blocked. Thanks, Dark. Paul, yeah, I've just seen it. Who taught him how to do that, though? Because there's no way he would have known how to do that without any help. 4 minutes late. Do you know what? 4 minutes late. I can blame. The pushback tugs didn't come either, did we? Did they? So I can actually go and have a look at the delay card. En route slot delay, runway change, late arrival. But yeah, late arrival pushback crew, RLP. And that took 4 minutes. They were busy pushing Dark Fury back. Back to 7. Did Phoenix have any big updates since launch? It has had one big update, yes. It might have had 2 actually. No, it might just have been 1. Oh, Mark, was it? I might have known it was Dark Fury that was responsible. The Ryanair flyer, though not today. He's in Air France, isn't he? I think it's kind of neat that you can send this off as well. I mean, we're not doing a return leg today, but I do find that very neat. So I mean, HD's doing the return leg. He could perhaps use that. See if he could turn around faster than he actually set up for the flight down to Lisbon. Ammo 1, what's the alternate? Well, the alternate for sort of bad weather in Lisbon is Faro. If anything went bang now, we'd look at either Madrid or Bilbao. New person, hello, welcome aboard. That's a nice view, isn't it? Paul says he's looking forward to the free A310 next month and the 40th anniversary update. That should be good. An Airbus. Old Airbus. Kind of like the founding fathers, isn't it? Alpha Nays, does anyone know why you don't have contrails? So, the Phoenix hasn't had contrails since its last update. Thankfully, they are coming back, though. What's our ground speed because of this wind? Yeah, look at that. Look at the difference between ground speed, true airspeed. Flying straight into that jet stream, a 91 knot headwind. Ouch. I love that FSLTL traffic does provide contrails, so you will see them occasionally, you know, if there's an aircraft knocking about somewhere. You will see a contrail. Are you mentally prepared for an accident? What kind of opening statement is that? He says, yeah, so let me read the full thing. Ammo, are you always mentally prepared for an accident? Because when you're in the air, you can't even prepare mentally for landing until until you plan the arrival. So I think it's just having good situational awareness, know where you are, know where the big airports are around you, so if something goes wrong, think, right, well, I'm going to go there. My preferred place would be Madrid. I think, I'm not sure which is closer, but Madrid would probably be the better place. It's got loads of runways, it's a big base, mechanics and things to fix whatever's broken. Paul says the only thing he's worried about when flying in Microsoft Flight Simulator are crash to desktops. Peter says he's still waiting for the ATR 72 to drop. Is that coming out, Peter? I know you like your older aircraft like the BAE 146, that kind of thing. Askif95 asks, what is the difference between ground speed and true airspeed? So ground speed is probably the simplest one because that is the speed that you are moving over the ground, so to speak. Imagine if we were in the car on the ground, that's the speed that you move through. True airspeed is the speed that you're moving through the air relative to the wind conditions around you. So with no working weather radar, I'm just looking out. We know we've got embedded cumulonimbus clouds coming up to 40,000 feet. Can't see any in front of us just yet that are causing any concern. Look at the difference in ground colour. So there on the right, everything looks a little bit, not brown, but not as green as everything there on the left, where you've got the hills, the mountains, where you'll get lots of relief rainfall, that kind of thing. Zhao Amal says, welcome to Lisbon. Not there yet, Zhao, but we're on our way. In fact, what time do you reckon we'll get there now, thanks to this headwind? Let's have a quick look. So probably in about an hour and 15 minutes, something like that. Dark Fury, don't give Peter more points. Absolutely not. I'd like to finish the flight today without something going bang. Tuck679 on Twitch says he needs a PC upgrade to be able to play Microsoft Flight Simulator properly. So if anyone's looking for a kidney, please let them know. New person, no. Peter keeps coming in and sabotaging my my aircraft. Jennifer, thank you for resubscribing Tier 1 for 2 months. Jennifer, thank you so much, mate, on Twitch. Really appreciate that. Hemi says, good day, how we doing? Just landed in Heathrow and waiting for a flight later over to Las Vegas. Thought you'd pass the time and watch the stream. Hamish, that sounds very exciting. I'm presuming, Hamish, you're talking real life there as well, not simulator life. Oh God, Dark Fury, I'm really going to fall out with you, mate. What are you doing? Oh, Dark Fury won the duel. Unlucky. Can't you guys just stick to buying beer? Hey Neil! Working whilst watching 2 streams at once. How much work are you getting done today, Neil? In fact, how many people are meant to be working and are instead just now enjoying beautiful views as we transition from France to over Spain and down into Lisbon? Can't blame you, because I could sit and watch this kind of thing all day. Gorgeous views. How we're looking over there as well. Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? RLS says, amazing to think only this time last year real-world flying was extremely limited. Was getting ready for your trip on an A380 to Frankfurt with 20 passengers on board. You must have felt like absolute royalty. I remember British Airways bringing them out and putting the A380s on those routes so that they can, you know, bring them back into service. How much money must that have cost? Ah, Peter, I'm always on my toes. I have to be now. Oh, Panos, enjoy your whiskey. At this time in the morning, really? Well, I suppose if you're going on holiday. Richard says he's meant to be working. He's delayed a Teams meeting until this afternoon because he's far too busy this morning. Richard, I hope that's in actual work and you haven't delayed the Teams meeting because instead you're watching YouTube. Although I'd be very honoured if you had. Callum XG says he's kind of working, transferring his livery over from the fly-by-wire to the Phoenix and chilling with a coffee on this flight to Lisbon. Hope my Thursday's going well. It is! Thank you very much, Callum. A little bit of 8 says I can't. I'm at work as a bus driver, so can't really be driving on the pavement just to watch Twitch. No. Very, very good point. Peter says he would he'd watch the stream while working if he could, but it'll probably end badly. Yes, don't, for goodness sakes, Pete, don't you do it. Oh, Peter, this is what happens when you gamble. You've now gone down to 84,000 points. Good morning, LA kids. A coffee for the morning. That sounds like a good way to get the morning going. Could always give you guys some quiz questions, couldn't we? Panos, how much time is left in the air? Around about an hour or so, I think. We'll start looking at the arrivals soon. Richard says he's far too busy doing work in inverted commas. Well, he classes it as work, watching us learning how to fly. RLS, that is awesome. I'm going to read that out. So RLS Print and Design, to give me his full name, so you can probably guess what kind of work he is involved with. So RLS Print and Designer said he's just printing a job on bowel movements, so trying to look at the stream as much as possible. RLS, that sounds informative, I think, is the best way of describing that. Huffy86 on Twitch says the sim looks great. Am I using DX12? No, I'm not. I'm on DX11. New person, do I use the Thrustmaster Airbus controls? Yep, so we've got the Thrustmaster side stick, we've got the Thrustmaster captain's pack basically, so that's all the thrust levers, spoilers, flap axes, that kind of thing. So yeah, really neat, really nice. Neil says you're still getting some shaky performance FPS when landing the Phoenix, and you've got an RTX 3070. Does it happen in just the Phoenix? I think would probably be the question. Alphanese says your cabin window views are not the default ones, are they? No, they're not. So I've set up my own custom views, so we can jump around from any of the views we want, really. And I've just then got assigned to a button on my side stick, so I can go ahead and select those. Peter asks, says, question of the day from your local air traffic controller. At what point should you request entry to Class D airspace when flying VFR? That is a good question, Peter. And this is why I say that VFR flying, I think, is far tougher than IFR flying. So if anyone's got a question for, anyone's got an answer for Peter, at what point should you request entry to Class D airspace when flying VFR? Delphi Phoenix, thank you for the follow on Twitch. And 2012 Ford Fusion 4-door sedan. Thank you for subscribing on YouTube. That might possibly be the longest YouTube name I've ever seen. Delphi Phoenix on Twitch says the partner works for Easyjet, so this is class. Oh, fantastic. Hopefully he's doing a lot more work than he was a couple of years ago Wizard says his Fenix A320 weather radar is not working. Any ideas? Yeah, Wizard, it's because Azobo and Microsoft haven't opened fully up that side of the coding to third-party developers, so you won't find it working on most add-on aircraft for that reason. So it's nothing you've done. So Neil, you've not noticed any problems with the frame rates on any other aircraft, to be honest. I'm not sure what to suggest there, Neil. So Barry Barson has said, is it, this is to Peter, is it 10 miles before entering Class D if you're not already under service? Got to keep an eye out for those clouds. I think we're fine, to be honest. Everything there looks pretty good to me. Looks like we're going to be skirting the weather. So if all goes well, we're about an hour away. There, you can see our top of descent is around 160 miles out, maybe a bit more actually. It's quite a nice direct route. We had a runway departure was literally facing the direction we wanted to fly. We're coming straight in on runway 20 rather than the normal runway 02. So yeah, as routings go, it's really nice, which given the current wind conditions is even better. Pitsim, thank you for the follow on Twitch, and Limonada 0047, thank you as well. New person, am I using FSLTL? Yeah, that's currently active. Obi-Wan is the competition from HD you saw earlier on YouTube. He wishes. I think he's just got a full day off today, so he'll be doing the return flight later on, whereas I've got to go and I've got other things to do, sadly. I'd love to do the return flight, but won't have time for that. Simple pilot, your weather radar doesn't work. Yeah, it won't do. It won't do. The only aircraft where the weather radar will work is in the default aircraft. Although, did the CRJ have it working as well? I honestly can't remember if the CRJ had it working too. Those ground textures look amazing, don't they? So realistic. And Peter comes in with the answer. It's either 8 miles or 5 minutes, whichever comes first. So it all depends on whether you're flying a Cessna 152 or the Dark Star. So Loco says, have a nice flight, just having his lunch at work. I do like coming into Lisbon. It's a nice, it's usually a nice scenic approach. Richard said, hopefully the new Phoenix update will drop this week. Sounds exciting, new sounds and updates. Yeah, so obviously as part of the beta team, seen what's on the horizon for those updates, and it yeah, it should be good. RLS says, did I see the video of a pilot talking to a passenger remotely to land an A320 into Dublin in a simulator? I think most on this channel would be able to. Yeah, I think they would, RLS, and I think as long as you know how to set up the box, program it for an auto land, then you're good, aren't you? The only thing you got to do once you've landed is stop. Wouldn't even have to worry about taxiing the aircraft. Hey HD, am I talking as much crap as you? Oh, probably more. Probably more. I was just telling everyone how you're going to be a huge YouTube star. At least I knew which bloody departure I was using. Have we lost sight now of the coast? Oh yeah, we're too far inland. Just copy it and guess the V speeds. Yeah, why not? It's a decent length runway. You could have just towed it all the way and you were fine. You was one net out on V2, you can't teach that. That's pure experience coming through then, isn't it? Right, well I should probably start looking at the approach. What are we? About, yeah, top of descent's probably about 150 miles away. Start setting up the box for this, make sure everything is everything's right. We'll have a landing off, HD. See who gets the softer touchdown. You know everyone would love to see that. Richard says, I wondered if in the worst case scenario on a flight, the cabin crew have ever asked any passengers if they can fly the plane. Would ATC talk you through what to do? I'm sure they would, but the chances of that happening, Richard, are unbelievably remote. So we've got Mbom, Fatima, Renor, 410, 411, Upcat. That's fine, isn't it? Now all the coding's good. How far out is Upcat? 11 miles out. Just go and tweak the speed there. So, flight plan page, happy with that. That's all sorted. Radnav, what have we got? Put in Lisbon. Don't need Fatimas, too far out. Lisbon VO1, by the way, it's nowhere near the airport, as you can see here. And what have we got? Was there are a couple of NDBs on approach? Yeah. Lima Alpha Romeo. Barry says, what's Upcat? Yeah, it's just a waypoint on the approach, isn't it? Oh, sorted. Progress page. It's all fine. 241 miles to go as the crow flies. Perf page is good. Check the thrust reduction acceleration values. They look good. New person, is Navigraph worth it? Absolutely, if you're flying online and things and want to do things as realistically as you can. Rowan Atkinson, Tusk 679 says, Rowan Atkinson did it in Kenya when the pilot passed out years ago. His family were all in the plane as well. Is that right? I've not heard that story before. Shot around 3.6 tons when we come into land. That's fine. Second flight plan, copy that. Box is set up. we have a look at the landing? Peter is now really multitasking. HD on one screen, me on the other, both with sound on. What's the weather doing? Is it? You know, it was raining slightly, wasn't it? So I'm just going to put in. I'll put in good because it's not dry. Right, that's the weather then. At the moment, we've got 190 at 11, variable, good visibility, broken 600, QH 1010. That's fine. What's our landing weight going to be? So, current gross weight, not the gross weight, where's our zero fuel weight? There it is. So, zero fuel weight is 56.8 and estimated fuel on board when we land is 3.6, that's around 60.4, so let's go 60.6, be conservative. Auto brake low. Yeah, loads of stopping distance. Pop that on. Right, I'll get the latest weather in full, and then we'll look at setting ourselves up for the arrival brief.
In just a few moments, we'll commence our in-flight service, offering you the chance to purchase from our selection of fresh food available today. All details can be found in your in-flight brochure. We accept payment in pounds, euros, most major currencies, and debit or credit cards. The correct change would be greatly appreciated, and if we can be of any further assistance, then just ask us as we join you in the cabin shortly.
RLS Print and Design says, I would take the only parachute rather than let Mr. Bean land my plane. I think Rowan Atkinson's just a genius though, isn't he? Jason says, are you sure that wasn't in the film Johnny English? 747 down, good morning. Jayhawk, good morning, you've just woke up. Oh, the joys have been retired. You were up at 3 AM and flew to Edinburgh. I think we've got you hooked on Flight Simulator, haven't we? Where's my bloody message? Dylan says, oh my god, a stream for Australian time. Yeah, Dylan, I said that right at the start of the stream. If I can try and get at least one early morning stream in a week, then it's great for those of you in Australia, New Zealand, etc. Which I know there are quite a few of you, so thank you so much for following us when you can at what are usually unearthly times for you guys. Right, let's have a quick look at what we got. 190 at 11, variable, good visibility, broken 600. So there could be some low clouds. Just having a look at the forecast. Nothing there about rain actually, so maybe they've downgraded that. Maybe we'll, well, maybe it's even better now. Hey Nick, good morning mate. Redman Tech says, as well as those in Australia, for those of you working from home, yes. If only I could just do this all day, every day, guys, and entertain you guys for, you know, Monday through Friday during your working days whilst working from home. That would be a dream. Sadly, got to pay the bills. Christopher, how's the aircraft calculating GPS accuracy in the prog page? Is it counting the number of satellites? So, Christopher, this is something the Phoenix came out and said right at the start of development. They have a sort of database of where all the satellites are, because you can predict where satellites are and where they're going to be at any given time. So they've kind of got that database built into the background. So they know where their satellites are. They know if there would be an area that would have sort of a GPS downgrade at any particular time of day, etc. So yeah, it is actually doing that. So if you're doing an RNAV approach, something like that, you do need to check it, because it is as realistic as is that. Elton Bull says good morning from Australia. Mythackle says there's quite a few Kiwis for sure come flying to New Zealand's Queenstown. We have done it in the past, definitely. Red Mantech says evening. Kids in the evening means you miss the streams. Yeah, absolutely. I come do streams in the evening to hide from the kids. Dylan, the GPS thing is insane. Phoenix detail is unreal. Absolutely, absolutely. Right, should we do a brief? So, weather then, you can see on screen, there's still the potential for a little bit of rain, but and low cloud, but nothing I'm going to get too concerned with. Wind's fine, very slight crosswind. I mean, we're talking minor crosswind components like 2 knots or something daft like that, so should be pretty straightforward weather-wise coming in. Low cloud, so might get unlucky and just find a cloud overhanging the runway as we come in on approach, but we'll see. It'll be fine. Aircraft still fully serviceable. Peter hasn't managed to press the magic red button yet and destroy something. So yeah, aircraft's all still working. Performance is good. No terms for our arrival. Threats to be aware of. Have we got any air traffic control? Oh, tower is online. Right, tower is on. Yeah. Yeah, towers. Oh no, it's not. No, it's not. I'm talking rubbish. That's Porto, not Lisbon. So yeah, so we've got no ATC. We've got a bit of traffic going in there as well. So yeah, that's a little bit of a threat. Coming in, as you can see, we do fly over a little bit of terrain just to the north of the field. Again, you can see that on the chart there in front of you. So just be aware of that. First part of the approach, MSA is 4,000, and then drops to 3,000 as we cross beam the Lisbon VOR. So we are expecting the Imbom 6 Bravo arrival. When we hit top of 7, we'll set flight level 250 and continue to get down. In fact, no, we won't. We'll set flight level 70. That'll take us down now to Reno. Runway 20 is in use, and the way we'll configure this should be pretty straightforward. So by the time I get to upcat, realistically I want flaps 2 to be out, so we'll just configure as we go really. Get into upcat, we'll slow down green dot, flaps 1, flaps 2. It's pretty much a straight in approach, isn't it? So if we think green dot around 410, flaps 1, 411, flaps 2, then at upcat, then all's fine. So that's why we'll configure approach type normal ILS approach. It is 3 degrees, and what is the runway width? Because I can't remember. It's 45 meters, so normal runway width. No false impressions as we're going down. We're going to be using auto brake low, and we will vacate. I've not got those charts pinned up. 1 sec. We'll vacate either Hotel 1 or Hotel 3. Hotel 3 would be favourable, then we're just literally straight out on Lima, Zulu, and then park in front of Terminal 2. Quick look at the go-around procedure in case we need that. Straight ahead, flight level 70. Standard. Oh, HD, are you challenging us? You challenged me to do a landing duel, must be in the touchdown zone. I mean, that goes as standard, doesn't it? Anything can happen in the Phoenix. Floaty. Alright, yeah, I'll accept that. You've got the touchdown rate as well, haven't you, on your fly studio? So let's see who who does the best landing. I've never done this before. This could be interesting. What QNH did I have? I've not got that sorted. Oh, Paul, I don't feel pressure. I mean, if you don't lose to a pro, then something's wrong, right? didn't scribble down the QNH. Oh, 1010. So I'm going to go and pop in the approach field. We'll fill it out from this information here. So 190 at 11. QNH 1010. Temperature is 18. And there's just other things to touch on. Elevation is 347 and the Cat 1 missed approach. Cat 1 decision altitude, sorry, is 547. Done. Neil says, thinks the pressure's on HD, to be honest. Yeah, Neil, I tend to agree with you. That's it. Approach briefing's all done. Top of descent is in 60 miles. Let's... I can just enjoy the views now, can't we? I mean, that looks great. It really does. Christian Taco, sorry mate, missed that question whilst we were doing the departure, the arrival brief. So he says, compared to let's say the Aerosoft 320 FS Labs and now the Phoenix, is the learning curve difficult? Or if you already know how to get around the Aerosoft, does it make the others easier? Yeah, absolutely, Christian. So if you know what to do in the Aerosoft A320, then you'll find yourself right at home here in the Phoenix. You've just got a few extra features that are nice to have. New Skylines, have I tried the Phoenix with Sim Update 11 beta? No, I haven't. I don't do the sim betas just because, well, I kind of want things to work. Particularly as I'm streaming quite a lot, it would be very frustrating if they didn't. One thing I am just going to pop in here, as we are doing what is effectively almost a straight-in approach. You know I like my situational awareness for this. Stick a 30-mile ring around that, and then I know when we cross that, as long as I'm below 10,000 feet, then we're good. So guys, I hope you've enjoyed this Thursday morning flight so far. If you have, please do hit the like button. Assist others in finding the stream, that would be great if possible. Dark says 60 miles, I need to get to the bar. Felix says, before the top of descent you've been having trouble capturing the VNAV on the RNAV approaches. Any thoughts? You activate the approach mode in the box on the autopilot panel before the platform altitude. So Felix, I think the important thing is just make sure that you are... RNAV approaches, they're all slightly different, but the main rules, if you like, big rules of thumb that I would say try and make sure you've got these is make sure you're at the platform altitude before the final descent point, so you're in at least in alt star mode. Then you arm the approach, and then you'll get you should just be following the magenta bricks all the way down in the final approach mode. Neil says you're not flown far by wire for a while, must get back to it. Anyone know how it compares to the Phoenix? I don't either. I reckon the last time I flew it was 2-3 weeks ago now on a stream. Paul says we have enough problems with the sim without joining a beta team. Eastbird says you heard someone call out Mayday 3 times on VATSIM in Las Vegas yesterday. You could hear the alarms in the Boeing cockpit coming through the comms. It's got to make an air traffic controller's ears prick up, hasn't it? When you hear the master caution sound.
Ladies and gentlemen, take full advantage of your tax-free allowances today and make some amazing savings with our boutique range. In your in-flight brochure, you'll find details of our award-winning selection of gifts, most with massive discounts, some of which are exclusive to you as an Easyjet customer. Make the most of your opportunity to shop and save from the comfort of your seat. If you'd like to see any products, have any questions, or would like to make great savings, then just ask us as we join you in the cabin shortly.
Eastbirds, he had an engine out. The ATC handled it well, even asked how many souls on board. That's nice to hear, because that is a question that obviously they asked. They normally ask how many souls on board and what fuel have you got. And I think they normally ask for fuel in hours, don't they, rather than how much you've got on board. They might ask for both actually, but just going back to the ATC of the Shamrock aircraft that had an oven fire a few days ago coming out of Washington. It's I was listening to it and the air traffic control said, you know, how much fuel have you got on board in duration and in pounds, and I thought, oh, this is going to be interesting. Obviously a European carrier, they're probably not going to work in pounds, are they? So, and the pilot did come back and says, we can give it to you in kilograms, which obviously that's how the aircraft's set up, so yeah. Miguel says, looks like Easyjet will move to Terminal 1 from next month in Lisbon. Really? I won't know where I'm headed then. Peter says, I can tell you that if there is a mayday, everyone in the control room goes very quiet and goes into alert mode. Exactly as you would expect it to be, yeah. You can almost feel the blanket of silence come across the control room. And everyone's pretty much alert doing that job anyway, but that's next level. Shao says it's now raining in Lisbon. Well, it did say there could potentially be passing showers, so we'll see what happens when we get there. There does look like a lot of cloud in front of us in that direction. Right, where's our top of descent? It's in... oh, there we go, it's coming up. It's about 25 miles away. I was intrigued to know if there's anybody in the chat who is watching us for the first time, perhaps. Say hello if you are. Or if there's anyone in the chat that's watched us for a while now, but never said anything. And I honestly do believe that you guys have created one of the best communities I could ever wish to be part of. Peter says, yeah, and out comes the maps, fuel burn tables, and the calculators. Yeah, it's be interesting to see how that would all sort of come together. Elijah Decisions, thank you for subscribing as well. Is HD doing his best Spanish and Portuguese accents yet on his stream? I would love to know if he does that in real life. I'm sure he doesn't. But it'd be damn funny if he did. Maybe he just does it with the PA calls.
In just a few moments, we'll commence our in-flight service, offering you the chance to purchase a selection of hot beverages, together with drinks and snacks from the bar. We accept payment in pounds, euros, most major currencies, and debit or credit cards. The correct change would be greatly appreciated, and if we could be of any further assistance, then just ask us as we join you in the cabin shortly.
Mark said he tried to get him to do a French accent on departure, but he bottled it. Tell you what I'm going to have to do. So, if I know where he's headed, there are a lot of places now in Europe, obviously, that you can actually listen to air traffic control through. Is it liveatc.net? I think great app on your phone to have. And I've tried to catch him a couple of times. Obviously, if he's PF, then he won't be making calls. But if he's the PM, just try to catch him a couple of times. If I can catch him and hear him doing some daft accent on there, that'd make my year. Winkle2 on Twitter says, "Hi, new there. Hey Winkle, good to see you. Just added the Phoenix to your hangar. Oh, how are you getting on with it? I bet you love it." Elijah says, "Is experimental and stable version of the fly-by-wire fly-pad the same because yours crashed?" Right. Okay. So I think experimental is the one that's most likely to have the to have the issues. Yeah. Jason, is it lovelive.atc? Yeah, I think there's a few of them do it, Jason. Aeronozio, no, this isn't the test build that the beta testers have got. No, I wouldn't stream that. Jayhawk says no pressure, but your money's on HD. My money's on HD. If I had money to spend, I'd be spending it on HD. And that's what I'd be betting on. Right, we're going to be going down in a moment. So we're going to set flight level 70.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck once again, you will be delighted to hear that we will shortly be starting our descent into our destination, at which point the cabin crew will start.
And descent 70 blue.
If you could please make sure that all the aisles are clear, the cabin crew are able to make their way around the aircraft without any luggage in the aisles, that would be most appreciated. A reminder for our Easyjet pilot members that free drinks are still available from the cabin crew until the seatbelt signs are turned on. Please note, however, that the toilets will shortly go out of use. Thank you.
I think that anti-ice will be coming on as we go through this lot later on. Andrew T says he's watched for a while. Hi Andrew, but haven't said anything yet. Unfortunately got COVID, so that's why I'm watching this morning. Oh Andrew, at least we've given you something to do this morning, but really appreciate that you have watched, and thank you for saying hello as well, Andrew. Good to meet you. Barry says, is there a new test build for the Phoenix? Yes, there is. Yeah. And that's no secret. I think the devs put that in the Discord either late last night. Sure, I saw that. If not, I've just given that away. Sorry. But hopefully, if all is well, shouldn't be long. Shouldn't be long. Stroidy123 says, wouldn't mind finding some unofficial Manchester air traffic control. Oh, you and me both. Lewis Aviation. Hey, Lewis, how you doing? How's things? Seems to have been a while, and I know it's my fault. I don't fly during the day that often. Thrust idle. But yeah, hope you're well, Lewis. Tom C, is there anywhere you can find my camera CFG file? Absolutely, Tom. It's on our Discord server in the pilot's briefing room. If you want to go ahead and grab that. Elijah, differences between the developer version and the experimental version. So the experimental version is exactly as it sounds. It is for new features that may not be fully working and fully tested. So things may go wrong there. Lewis, good to know that you've been busy with football and stuff. I mean, that's the career, right? So don't apologise for that, but great to see you. Any news on the next updates for the fly-by-wire? I am not sure. I mean, I try and keep abreast of what's happening with them, but they. I think many of us are now. We're waiting for the A380, aren't we? If I'm being brutally honest. PSV, this is managed descent. Yeah. Paul, do I recommend using the TCS sensitivity settings from the video a while back? Yeah, Paul, they're still the same. Winkle, I am using FS Realistic as well. So automatically my touchdown and landing is going to look far harder than HD, so I'm just putting that out there now because he doesn't have FS Realistic, so... Tell you what I am going to do. We've got a really nice long runway, haven't we, in Lisbon? So, yeah. Right. Just got to make an executive decision. If I can click the damn thing, because it's so bumpy. Right, we're going config 3 for the landing. Don't know how HD is doing it, but I'm going config 3. So we've now got VLS is 134, clean 217, and VAP is 139. My navigation display has stopped operating. Ah, there we go. Peter says the A380 systems are getting implemented ever so slightly, can't say more than that. We know it's coming, Pete. We just... Wouldn't it be nice? Wouldn't it be a beautiful Christmas present? That's all I'm saying. I love it out at Christmas. And I've already said, as soon as that's released, we're getting a full length stream from Manchester to Dubai. It's going to be a long day, but I don't care. I just need to find a day when the wife will permit it. Winkleton says he's unable to fly his fly-by-wire A320s. The graphics will not display the aircraft scenery. Is it okay? That almost sounds, Winkle, like you've got a mod conflict. I would, just for the sake of testing it, get rid of everything in your community folder. I know that sounds awful, but just cut and paste it somewhere. Leave just the fly-by-wire and see what happens. Cyber FYD says, good landing here in Lisbon, my friend. Thank you so much, Cyber. Good to see you. PSV, I think it was just as it was stabilising itself, so yeah, it's good now. Right, we're 6 miles from Inbom. Might just make a call as well on Unicom, just so everyone knows where everybody is. What chart do I need? I need 10-2 Echo. Start that approach. And then we're on ILS 20, aren't we? Oh, it's bumpy. I can't even click. There we are. Lisbon traffic, Alpine 56 Lima Golf. Inbound Lisbon currently overhead. Inbound flight level 250. Peter says he's already dreading doing any air traffic control on any of the networks the day the A380 drops. Yes. A380's in Gibraltar. RLS says, buy the wife a spa day experience for Christmas. Good way to get some time in the sun. Yeah, the problem is RLS says she won't want to take the kids with her. The clouds coming in now, it's just an amazing sight, isn't it? LCSL says he saw the video on my FSI panel. Thank you for watching that. Did I use it besides the video I made? How good is it? Do I recommend it? I have used it, yes, because I've recently got rudder pedals, so getting used to those, practicing crosswind landings and things, just being able to do it over and over again. Short final, 60 seconds, you go down, land, see how you did, right, press it, reset it, 60 seconds, back you go again. And if you pick a remote airport where there's no scenery or anything like that, you know, don't go and do it in New York, somewhere like, I mean, Faro would be a great place, because there's not too much to load, but it's also got a nice freeware airport to land into, as part of one of the sim updates. So doesn't take long to load the scenery at all, and it's just easy to keep using it over and over and over. So yeah, do really like that. LA, interesting video on FSI panel. Can I continue to repeat an approach without setting up the details separately each time? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. The only thing you need to go ahead and do each time is you just need to make sure that your speed is set, heading is set, and the altitude is set. But 9 times out of 10 they all are, because you won't have changed them. So yeah, you'll just be able to reposition the aircraft, and the moment you move your thrust levers back to the climb detent, it spawns you back. So yes, very, very good. And I know lots of people say, oh, you can do this for free, but whenever I've tried to do it in the sim using either a replay mod or starting up on the approach and then pausing the sim, by the time I've gone through and set up everything in the box down there, I then unpause the sim and I just fall out of the sky. So, no. Barry, sorry, Faro, not Paro, Faro. Faro. South Portugal. Hey Hugo, who's going to win the landing competition? Yeah, not me. I'm cheating. I'm going flaps 3. In fact, I'm not. I'm purposefully. I've not watched HT's stream. I'm going to watch that later this afternoon while I'm doing other things. I bet he's doing flap 3. Love a good contest. LSCI says he forgot his rudder pedals one time after a boredom, and he ended up on the ground. Do you know, I'm still doing it. I'm still trying to use my twist stick sometimes, and I'm thinking, why is it not working? And then I think, oh yeah, I need to use the rudders down there. Flight Pro, thank you for subbing. Right, approach is looking good. We're still on course. Everything's fine. Scarebus 320, thank you for the follow on Twitch. Love the name. Lisbon traffic on line 56 Lima Golf overhead. Fatima VOR on the inbound 6 Bravo. Flight level 180. Elijah, can you turn off FSLTL whenever you want? Yeah, you just don't start the traffic injector. Scarebus 320, hey, mate. Thank you for the happy landing.
Romeo traffic at Lisbon, just passing 1.5 seconds.
I think, was I the last to depart? Am I the last in line for Lisbon? If so, that's fine. Don't mind that. We're adhering to speed constraints as well. Help with traffic separation. Silas Peterson, good evening. Peter, have any of us had a look at the Latin VFR 321 Neo fly-by-wire mod? I've not had a look at it, but I have, of course, seen it. Does it make it any better? Well, it has to, doesn't it? I'm sure it does. Right, let's go ahead and get the cabin secured. New person says, when you use FSLTL, it only spawns India A320s. You weren't in India by any chance, were you? It spawns realistic aircraft depending on where you are in the globe, so yeah. I'm just going to have a quick update on the weather, see what's happening. Because we've got no ATC, so we have to do this ourselves, of course. 180 at 7, so I think the weather's just changed ever so slightly. QNH is the same, temperature's the same, clouds aren't broken 700, so cool. Elijah, does my fly pad in the fly-by-wire experimental sometimes not work? I haven't flown it for such a long time, I'll be honest, so I can't say either way. Peter says he might buy the 321neo from that VFR, but only if the fly-by-wire award works for it. Could never fly it with stock systems. Oh, God, no. No. We've been spoiled far too much by the fly-by-wire guys. And now the Fenix team. Oh, there's been a really nice flight this morning. I've just about finished my cup of tea. Weather's been pretty decent. Oh, look at that. If you're watching that on a tablet or a phone screen or something, you'd be convinced that was real, right? Gets me every single time, and I don't know why. We've been flying this for 2 years. Simply stunning. Absolutely stunning. Look, Evander B has even asked, is it real? John Fezzer, good morning, sire. How you doing? Good to see you, John. Crop circles and a Pac-Man over there. Right, we're nearly at 10,000 feet, so we should probably need to start thinking a bit more serious now. Midpoint CEO says it does look real. Yeah, it does. It's amazing, isn't it? I am very well, John. I love a good morning stream when I've got the chance for one. Wish I had more time, to be honest. I'd love to do a return now back up to England somewhere where the weather is pants. It's awful where we are. New person, there is a setting, there's a video on my on the channel with regards to FSLTL and the simulator settings as well, so go ahead and check those out if you wish. Oh, Laurie, welcome to the First Officers Club. Laurie, the latest channel member. Thank you so much for your support, Laurie. If you're on our Discord server as well, make sure you get yourself into the members lounge too. Thanks, Laurie. Appreciate that. Paddy says he sent a photo to his friend who thought it was real. Yeah. Strategy123 is chucking it down in South Yorkshire. Promised the dog a walk and you're now regretting it. Yeah, me and my first officer got drenched this morning. Although, not as much as when I had to do the school run. I walked him to school and I came back and honestly, even though I got a coat on, I had to get changed. It was awful. Midpoint, yeah, this is all real time. Yep, absolutely real time. And you can see a little bit of turbulence coming in as well.
X252 Romeo, we are at Upcat for ILS 208.
1% into our destination. If you could now assist the cabin crew by tidying up your tray table and handing them any litter as they come around, that would be most appreciated. For safety reasons, we ask now that you please turn off all electronic devices or switch them to airplane mode until after we have landed. Please note that the aircraft toilets are now out of use. If you wish to become a Easyjet Sim Pilot channel member, please contact a member of your cabin crew who will be happy to assist you.
Oh, Winkle to you, Laurie. Oh, Winkle. Well, in that case, thank you so much for that. All right, so we're at 10,000 feet. We've got the lights on. We'll start slowing down now. We've got max speed of 220 at Reno. So we'll just select speed 220, which is fine. We're then going to go and activate the approach phase. That's done. We'll get the landing system on. So that's done as well. India Lima Bravo is tuned. Get that identified shortly. And I'm now going to go. We'll set altitude 4,000. Keep like managed descent. And set. Why is that not working? A little bit of delay on the FCU. So QNH 1010 4000 blue. Funny Club on Twitch. Navigraph is monthly payment. Yes, that's right. I use a monthly payment subscription for that. Marcus HD on finals. Good. Okay, the approach checklist. So bar F1010 seatbelts are on. Minimums 547. Auto brake low, and the EFB is stowed. There we go.
That is the traffic Alpine. Someone please go for kids. Hotel 3. That's into
Well, HD is down safe then. How was the landing?
252 Romeo established.
Oh, Mark, I've got no chance. 59. Get lost. He's lying. Yeah, we're not beating that, are we? Did he land halfway down the runway? India Lima Bravo is identified. I do remember we once got a plus 24 or something stupid like that, so there's hope yet. Ah, it's nice and warm. We're not going to need... yeah, we're not going to need anti-ice. A new person says I can beat his centre line, though. Yeah, exactly. I mean, to be honest, touchdown zone centre line, that's far more important than touchdown rate. Museum of moving on. Yeah, FSI panel does work.
206 FSA
on the fly-by-wire.
Right.
Alright, so I'm just going to get us into open descent now. And start to get down. So thrust idle, open descent. Get just underneath that flight path angle, and then we'll level off, lose a bit of speed, capture the glide. Tomby, I'm not using managed speed because I don't want to fly this. I don't want to fly green dot just yet. So I will be going to managed speed shortly, and then I'll be going to select the speed again for 180. Yeah, Eastbirds, I've just found that out. It's not happening. It's not happening at all. Okay, bit of VS mode now. Oh, why are these panels so slow?
GSX 252 Romeo going around.
Oh, not good. There's a go-around in progress. Better than unsafe landing, though. 17 miles out. Just check that temperature again. Yeah, definitely no need for any anti-ice. Right, it's about to get dark, guys.
Cabin crew, please prepare the cabin for landing.
Okay, manage speed. There we are, nicely just below the glide. That's coming in nicely. Start to reduce our speed now, and we're going to go flaps 1. Speed's checked. I should have pulled the flaps before reducing 180, but it's okay. I knew what I wanted to do. And Alt Star, Glide Slope, Lock Blue, Cat 3 Dual, Autopilot 1 and 2. Nice headwind, keeping us nice and steady.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will shortly be landing. Please ensure your cabin bag is safely stowed with your laptop inside. Your tray table must be stowed, armrests down, and window blinds open. You now need to be seated with your seatbelt fastened, ready for landing. Please help us by handing in any rubbish, newspapers, or magazines that you do not want to take with you. The toilets are no longer in service.
Probably don't need flaps 2 with that speed at the moment. We can just delay that slightly. Glide slope star as well. So missed approach altitude 7,000 feet. Set. Lisbon traffic, Alpine 56 Lima Golf, established runway 2011 miles, speed 180 knots. My landings recently have been absolutely appalling, so I wouldn't be expecting too much. Tom, if you left everything in managed, yes it would, but just means you can tinker your descent a little bit, get much nicer capture and things like that. It's a little bit turbulent. How close to this terrain do we get? It's been a long time since I've done this approach. Flaps 2, speed's checked. Flaps 2. You need flaps 2 before 2,000 feet, so.
Cabin crew, please take your seats for landing.
Well, this got turbulent quickly. Alright, let's start configuring for our approach. So we're now in managed speed, gears down, spoilers. What the hell is that? Not listening to that shit. Alright, so we're now flaps 3, landing. Cabin is secured, go around altitude 7,000, set E-cabin memo landing, no blue. Four and a half miles. Where's the bloody runway? I think I prefer this approach. You're much closer to the terrain. Lisbon traffic, Alpine 56 Lima Golf, 3 mile final, runway 20.
Listen,
Pushback, Irving 602, we are 11 miles to Upka for ILS.
Oh, this is rather turbulent, isn't it? Right, autopilot's R5 control. I hope HD's landing was as turbulent as this one.
Above. Minimum.
Continue.
$100.
Light slope.
40, 30, 20. Retard.
Little float. Come on, get down. And spoilers deployed. Reverse green. Decel. Disconnect the auto brakes.
Ladies and gentlemen, the cabin crew will shortly be leaving their seats to perform safety-related duties. However, we ask that you remain seated until the fasten seatbelt sign has been switched off. Portable electronic devices for messaging,
Past the
calls,
stop
or
line.
internet access may now be
And then runway's clear.
Please make sure that you take all your personal belongings with you, checking in the seat pocket, underneath the seat, and in the overhead lockers. Do take care when opening the lockers in case anything falls out. Smoking is not permitted until you reach a designated smoking area. On behalf of the captain and the crew, it has been our pleasure looking after you today. Our ground crew will help you complete your Easyjet journey. For the latest news, promotions, flight and destination information, check out our official Facebook page, Twitter.
Lisbon traffic on 156 Lima Golf, vacated runway 20. Dark, no, I am on VATSIM. I can see you guys, you're right ahead of me. I don't think we'll have beaten HD's landing rate. What was it? Obviously I don't get to see that. Lisbon traffic on 156 Lima Golf, taxiing now via Lima Zulu and Terminal 2. What were we? 284, 282? Didn't think it was that bad actually. Funnily enough, self-loading cargo says 150. I need to get a proper one because I don't believe either of them, to be honest. There are
Lisbon traffic.
There are a few
would
good ones
like
around.
to welcome all of Gavin and all of Gavin's friends to Lisbon.
Have you guys left me a parking space?
Obrigado.
Hope you got us a nice. Hope you got us a drink in. Oh, that is a nice. That is a great screenshot. Everyone just waiting for the arrival. JJ King, no, that's the only stream we're doing today, sadly. Antonio, so from the 30th of October, Easyjet will be operating in Lisbon Terminal 1. We'll have to remember that next time we.
Lisbon traffic, you're in 602, we're established ILS 20.
Definitely need to go back and watch HD's landing now. See how the pros do it. Should we see if GSX is going to work here? Because it wasn't working on the ground earlier, was it? No, okay. Get rid.
Right on, Gavin. Still looks like it's in one piece.
Cheeky sod. There's nothing hanging off then. Oh, a little stutter there as we pulled onto the stand. Yeah, well, only now could we do a single engine taxi, so not really worth it. Well guys, welcome to Lisbon. Hope you've enjoyed the flight this morning. Something a bit different for a Thursday. Parking brakes set, engine 1 shut down, engine 2 signs off. Get these off as well. Paul says thanks for streaming at this time. No problem, Paul. No problem at all. And beacon lights can come off as well. Stand by 2000. There we go. We're done. Let's get our doors open. Deboard. GSX not working, so I'm going to have to go and do this myself. There we go. Ground power's here. Let's go ahead and get that connected up. Done. Right guys, that is me all done. So thank you so much. I really hope you've enjoyed that. It's been a great way to spend a Thursday morning. And thank you guys for flying alongside us. If you want to do the return, go over to HD's channel now. He will be streaming back the return. Remember, for those of you that don't know, HD is a real world A320 pilot, so you'll get the full experience and lots of swearing usually. So be warned. But yeah, go and watch HD now for the return journey. Thank you so much to those of you who have donated or contributed to the channel during our stream this morning for the Easyjet Sim Pilot channel members. As always, thank you for your continued support. I'm sure I'll catch up with you guys later, either on HD stream now or on Discord. Thanks so much for watching, guys. It's been great. I look forward to seeing you all again very soon. Have a good Thursday, and yeah, head over to HD stream, catch the return journey. Goodbye, guys.
Lisbon traffic, Irving 602, short final 20.